Welcome back. I had a couple of questions on different ways to mount your work to the lathe. So I have everything laid out here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and I'll show you a variety of different ways you can get your work onto the lathe. The Wood Shop is sponsored by Robust Lathes, Easy Wood Tools, and ChefwareKits. Okay, let's start with spindle turning first, and all you need for that is a live center and a spur center. These come in a variety of designs. This one's just a cup with the spur in the center. This goes in your headstock, this goes in your tailstock. You put your workpiece in between them and turn away. If I do a lot of boxes and things like that, so what I normally do is I use a chuck and I put a tenon on the bottom of him. So in order to do that, I put the piece of wood on the lathe like that with my spur center, bring the tailstock up here and turn a tenon, and then pull it off the lathe, put it into my chuck and hollow it out and finish shaping it. There's a couple different ways to do that though. If you have a block of wood like this, you can use a worm screw like this. This mounts in the chuck, tighten it down, drill a hole in that, and you can screw it on there. I do this every once in a while, but it's really hard to get them off, and you really don't need to as long as your tailstock doesn't slide back when you're tightening it down. You can actually just put it in between centers, just like you were doing the spindle turning, and turn your tenon on the back side. That's exactly what I did with this box. I just put it in between centers on the lathe and turned this. I didn't use the worm screw. If you're a little worried about it too, sometimes on a bigger piece, I'll take a Forstner bit and drill down in it, because you're gonna hollow this out, or if it's a bowl, something like this, you're gonna clean out all the material on it. Take a Forstner bit, drill down in there, an inch or so, and then mount it on the lathe, put your spur center into it, and that's a little more secure. It's not coming off the lathe that way instead of just sitting out here. So if you don't have a chuck, you can still do all the same things, and you can just use a faceplate. So take a waste block, so you're not wasting good wood screwing into it. Screw the waste block on there, and you can use wood glue or hot glue. Just make sure the hot glue is really hot, and you're not going to have a problem with it. I've used it for years and it holds very well. So same thing, you would just take it on here though. You would shape this side of it, hollow it out, do all of that, pull it off. To get the hot glue, just cut it with a parting tool. It cuts right off nice, no problems with it. And then you would need to turn it around. You would need to use a jam chuck though to finish the bottom. Something like this. This one isn't for that, but you could use a jam chuck like that and come around here and finish the bottom of the bowl. I would use something small. For a piece like this, I would make more of a cone so that the tip here hit the bottom of it, and I would put like a little non-skid pad in there, and that way it would hold it a little better and not damage the lip here or crack it. And for finishing things like the bottoms of bowls, there's a couple different ways. I have a vacuum chuck, and I'll do a video on that in a couple of days, but these are they're called coal jaws, is one of the terms. These are the big easy jaws. So what these do, you pop your jaws out here on your chuck and take these, and they just slide. They just lock right in there. Put all four of them in there, put this on, adjust the little rubber pads, and then you can come out here and turn off the base. And for the jaws like this though, don't do a lot of heavy turning. Do most of your shaping and everything on the lathe before you pull it off. Shape it. You don't want to do a lot of heavy turning. You want to just take the tenon off or do a little bit of detail work on the bottom. They're not designed to hog away and hollow out the inside of something or completely shape the bottom of it. So they're just for cleaning the bottoms of things up and doing some detail work. I hope that helped, and if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. I can always do another short video if I can't answer it in an email. But like I said before, I'll have a vacuum chuck video up in a few days too. So that's another way to hold your piece and finish it on the lathe. All right, take care.